Why do rappers not do more meth?
To start out by saying this episode will not be a joke. Walter White is not a real person. You will not be allowed to make a mockery out of these fine Floridians. You guys will not be making fun of the Florida meth head. These great men and women mean a great deal to our society. We can learn a lot from The Walking Dead. Is it their fault? You think playing Meth Mania every day is the fucking Olympics? No fat guy, no tall guy. We have to stop. My guys. Let's get into my statistical bag real quick. Around 8% of Floridians used illicit drugs, which is near the national average. That means around 1.5 million Floridians used illegal drugs that year.
Statistical bag.
Since Florida has such a large population,
1.5.
the scale of its drug problem is also large. Unfortunately, many of those users are highly addicted. Like meth, you silly little bitches. Around 410,000 Floridians were dependent on or had abused illicit drugs within a year of being surveyed.
Damn.
Heavy usage has serious consequences. Florida's rate of drug-induced death was higher than the national average. Drug use caused the deaths of 3,181 Floridians. That's more people than died due to either car accidents or guns. Before heroin and opioids were public drug enemy number one, methamphetamine was perhaps the most reviled drug in the United States. The meth crisis has not ended or abated. In fact, meth lab seizures in Florida have gone up over the past decade. The meth trade has undergone major changes in recent years. The popular image of meth production involves large-scale meth labs in exurbs and farmland. That perception is increasingly outdated. More and more, meth users are making their own drugs, or buying them from international criminal groups. Most of the meth consumed in the United States is now imported, primarily from Mexico. The U.S. government has restricted the availability of meth's precursor chemicals, making large-scale domestic production of the drug difficult. However, imported meth is more expensive than meth made at home. Importation adds to the cost of drugs. To avoid the markup, many meth users have begun to produce small amounts of drugs for themselves and their fellow users. The most common of these methods is the one-pot or shake-and-bake method. Shake and bake involves shaking small amounts of precursor chemicals in a bottle, usually while driving a car. Shake and bake producers drive around in order to disperse the fumes that are a byproduct of the process. Making meth in the car also makes labs harder for law enforcement to detect. Unfortunately, when mobile meth producers discard the bottle, the process is dangerous.
If there is not an app for meth, there
those
should
chemical
be.
traces can pollute the area they litter or cause serious health problems.
There's an industry that could benefit
meth labs
from
are notorious
efficiency.
for causing destruction.
It's fucking meth.
The drug's chemical precursors are extremely volatile. If mixed improperly or overheated, they can catch fire or explode. Labs, even small ones.
Yo, you gotta give it up to fucking meth heads, bro. They are MacGyver-esque. They've gotten so deep with their addiction that they drive around and shake right in the car. Mm-hmm. The mobile meth epidemic, bro. Mm-hmm. Man, fucking opioid crisis. I'm cooking meth in my Ford Taurus on the way to work, bro.
Just always working. You know what I mean? Constantly moving.
The ingeniousness of that. Like, I am not going down without a fight. I need my meth today. Get me my pseudoephedrine.
It's sad and impressive at the same time. You know what I mean? It's sad. You don't do it. Please don't do it. But holy crap. You're doing it. And it's kind of amazing. Like, you got all this shit going right now. And then it explodes and kills, 6 people or whatever. But
all right. So this whole episode is going to be directed at Meth Mania in Florida. I don't
Meth Mania?
Mania.
So that's what we're calling it?
I think so.
Okay.
Because you have to really be going hard to do meth.
Like in life?
Meth is its own separate thing, bro. Like what meth heads do.
Do you know what it is exactly?
It's a methamphetamine.
Okay, let's pretend I don't know what those words mean.
It's basically a man-made drug. A whole bunch of chemicals put together to make you go hard. It was invented by the Nazis.
Really?
During World War II.
So they were trying to make super soldiers or something?
Yeah, and not only that, they're trying to save money on food. So
I'm fucking German. I don't know about that.
You know, they're going to give you a little bit of food and a lot of amphetamine. So if you get hungry after the 8th day of fighting, here's a saltine cracker and then take another hit of meth so you can go for another 8 days. And it worked. People on submarines. I mean, it worked to an extent. I think at the beginning of the war, right, the Nazis were killing shit because they were all high. And then towards the end, they were like running off and running out of drugs. So I think that was a big reason why the United States kind of, won, because we were just fueled on like tobacco and
alcohol and shit.
Tobacco and alcohol.
Cigarettes.
You know, we got to sleep for at least 4 hours, buddy. These guys was not sleeping.
Right.
They were just going hard.
So meth, I wonder what like.
Well, see,
how much worse it is for you. A lot, I would guess, but alcohol seems like it's more of a manageable thing.
But why? Because it's regulated. It's gone through a system of scrutiny and regulations, and it's become safe for consumption.
So now, so you're saying we're going to make the type of meth that people can like function on, which is Sudafed.
Well, it'll be a little more, it'll have a little more kick.
But yeah, it's Sudafed or whatever. It's just like another.
They prescribe methamphetamines for other.
And
things,
they have
like speed and shit.
They have no dose, right?
Yeah.
No dose is you take enough no dose, you're gonna be keyed up,
Yellow
right?
Jackets, all this stuff, same shit. Regulation leads to safety.
So. I went out drinking last night. I got a fucking hangover. I drank some this morning, so I'm a little tipsy again. We're having a conversation about illicit substances. And I don't know if it's because of that, but just now was the first time you had, I've moved the needle in the arguments of legalizing all drugs or whatever, because meth would be included, and it's like it's arguably the worst one, right? Meth. What's worse than meth? Bath salts.
Crocodile,
right? It's like the gasoline shit.
I don't even think that type of stuff would exist if drug culture was so underground.
Crazy, dog.
It's because it's underground.
The fuck, it's like gasoline, right?
Yeah, they're doing some weird shit to it.
Oh my god. But yeah, you're right. It's like if maybe you might be right.
I'm not sure if I'm right, but I know that we're wrong as far as what the avenue we're doing it now is wrong, and we need to change.
We're treating people like toddlers.
We need to change.
We're treating them like little ass kids.
Yeah,
and we're punishing little kids, which was not what's happening.
And it's driving people underground
now,
and it's creating.
The reason I say you might be right is because the shit's still bad for you, and to like. What if we make healthy meth somehow?
I don't think it'll be healthy, but it'll at least be.
I don't know, man. We're doing some crazy shit with technology, man.
Well, what I'm saying is it'll at least be safe. You'll know what you need to take before you die. Right now, there's no regulations, so people just go ham. You know what I mean? But if it wasn't such a taboo, and hey, don't take more than 1 milligram of meth or you fucking die. People won't be taking more than 1 milligram.
It's like putting too much salt on the.
Yeah, unless they want to commit suicide, and either way, you're not going to prevent that. You know what I mean?
Right.
People are going to find ways, but
meth's really bad for you.
Yeah, but people are still doing it.
No, like even as I'm saying it now, again, because you moved the needle a little bit, like if meth wasn't bad for you, some type of way. Damn. You know what I mean?
You know what it is too. It's again.
That's a big jump.
Well, people think when you're going to legalize everything, there's going to be like a fucking fruit for all, and everybody's going to be in the streets. But I just got my medical marijuana card in Florida, and I had to go through so much bullshit in fucking Florida to get my card. Where when I lived in Denver, it was a fucking breeze. You know what I mean? And that just goes to show you that with regulation, just leaves more scrutiny, more organization, more bureaucracy that you really don't need, but it's gonna be there. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Just like there's like this shit is such a regulated substance that the people that die on it are idiots because they know there's so much information that says, hey, you shouldn't be driving drunk. Hey, don't drink too much because you can get alcohol poisoning. Like, all the stuff is there. So if you're still doing it and dying, I don't mean to sound so mean, but you kind of deserve to die.
Yeah, but like the same thing with meth. Just because it's not regulated doesn't mean you don't know the risks.
Well, look at the guy that went down to the cop office and said, hey, this stuff doesn't feel like the regular meth I've been getting. And he felt like there should be some type of regulation. There are, like, I remember when ecstasy was really hot.
That guy was a moron.
But he was going in the right direction.
Sure. He's living in the future. I agree with all that stuff. But
that
guy was a moron.
There's actually kits that you can get when ecstasy was really hot. Look at the way they eliminated ecstasy. All you get is Molly now. Like, ecstasy was an epidemic. They got rid of it. It's
Not
kind
all
of
the way.
around.
Yeah.
It's hard pressed to find ecstasy now.
There's a couple guys that love to do.
You know
X.
a plug?
I never did X in my life.
All right. Peace and love. Email us. Subscribe.
Yo,
like.
I love all the engagement we've been having lately. Everybody's being super positive and super inquisitive, and keep it going. And your face is ugly.
Peace.